Hey folks, it's Ben back with you in the Midwest Model Shop. Alright, today is the day we are releasing our 1/200 scale Fletcher supplemental parts kit. I have been working on this for a very long time. It's taken a lot longer than I thought it would to get to this point. But what we're doing for the time being is rounding out the parts sets that we offer for the Fletcher. If you don't know, we already sell 3D printed Fletcher propellers. We sell the main guns, the 5-inch guns, and we sell a Fletcher main gun set, I call it, or a primary gun set, which is your Oerlikon cannons, your twin Bofor, some gun directors, and a few other miscellaneous parts that you will need. So this set that I have right here in front of me is a combination of parts that I was like, man, really need to fix these. At least these. And it's taken me a minute to get them done, and there's a couple other items in here. But my primary source I want to talk to you is a book called Anatomy of the Ship, the destroyer USS Kidd. Now, if you guys look at it, I don't know what kids today use in school, but when I was in school, this says the characteristics of what we call a textbook. And it's a textbook, except that I like it versus the ones I had. There's a lot of words inside of it. And those aren't for me, really. But there's pictures, lots of pictures, and I was able to use those to reference to the design of these parts in this part set. So, what do we have in here? I redid the lifeboats. I redid the depth charge racks. You get two sets of racks, one that's empty and one that is loaded. We have individual depth charges. If you're careful, you can put the individual depth charges into the empty rack. The empty rack is extremely fragile. If you want it accurate, that's what you're going to end up with. I've got part A6, which is the battens. I've redone the ship's winch. A20, which is a spool of ropes. That part's redone. I've redone the practice loader, the searchlights, the torpedo directors, part A40. The photo etch ladders that go up and down, just the two big ones, I've redid those. And then I have also provided 6 individual ladders. On the back of the ship, I was able to find, I believe, 4 ladders that are just etched into the hull sides there. They're part of the Trumpeter's molding. So you could scrape those off and put real ladders in position. And then finally, we have floater basket sets. I was asked if I could provide those. There's 1, 2, 3, let's see what we got here. 2, 4, 6, 8 of them, because I believe 7 is the most I found, depending on your configuration of Kidd that you're doing, or Fletcher or any other one. This is where, for sure, you're going to need floater baskets, and those come from the drawings. To make this all work. So they're available. This is available now, including the other sets that I mentioned, on our website, www.themidwestmodelshop.com. We have a whole bunch of them ready to go. They are ready to ship. So what we're going to do today is just take a quick look at the set that you're going to get, and I'm going to show you briefly, very quickly, how to cut some things apart. I'm not going to go into detail on how to disassemble everything, but I want to, especially for the depth charge rack, kind of get you pointed out, going in the right direction, because on the depth charge racks that are empty, you have a lot of just what would normally be I-beams type of things, right? And you can't let the spans that are being printed be unsupported. So there are a lot of little tiny supports buried in there that I want to make sure that you know to remove. And that's it, really. I'd like to thank everyone who's liked and subscribed to our channel. I really do appreciate it. Patrick, I'll get you a set sent out. If I don't remember, shoot me an email so you could show them off on your channel for your next build. But what I want to do now is just kind of go through this kit real quick. I'll post a few pictures. We're going to have a lot of pictures up on the listing comparing the kit parts to the parts we've 3D printed, which I believe are an improvement. Again, that link is in the description down below. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Let's get into it. First order of business. I have, this is by Hand Boost, right there, a ultrasonic knife this is a big investment, but it does make life a lot easier. If you're going to be doing a lot of resin parts down the road, I would look into buying one of these. But you don't need it. You can go ahead and just use a set of snippers instead. So here's your kit, right? This is what you're going to be getting. And I've gone out of my way to try the best that I could. It doesn't always work out, to keep everything separate so that you can either poke away and pull things out individually, or just remove the sides. If you want to remove the sides, easily just start in the corners, right? And then it actually is pretty loose, and it'll snap right off, and then you'll have access to everything like that. Let's see here. I'm going to pull out the practice loader, which is right here. So again, just reach up and in with your cutters or your ultrasonic knife and break these little sections loose. As you can see, it gets a little tight and difficult along the edge here. This is a product of printing base material. 3D printers, you have to have a base that connects to the build plate, and it's kind of considered just waste space. And while there are settings you can monkey around with forever to get the perfect base, you know, once you get something that's like close, you just usually call it good. And it's just, generally speaking, waste material. So, all right, that's our practice builder and loader, sorry, and it is loose. So I like to turn it sideways here, and just anywhere where you see a tiny little point, and if you have some reference material, that will help you out. But we want to remove this material right here. And up in there. And again, please don't rush like I am right now. Use your patience, take your time, do a good job, because at any moment here I could just snap something, and as long as you have the part, you could glue it back together, but you don't want to do that. You want to just clean this up and be ready to go. Like that. I didn't really understand what practice loaders were for, other than obviously practicing loading. I didn't know what they really looked like, and that's because the only description, or the only ones I'd ever seen, were the ones from Trumpeter. I didn't grasp all of this, I guess, is what I'm getting at, until I got into the book, Anatomy of the Kid, Anatomy of the Ship, and I was like, oh my goodness. The ones provided are not even close to looking like the real thing. And we have got to do something about that, because they're actually really cool. And what it is essentially a mini version, a fake version of the 5-inch guns, exposed outside that you sit on the deck so that crews can practice. Because apparently, unless you're at war and you're actively shooting, you are not going to be up to speed on quickly loading these things. So you have a practice loader. And that's what you got there to replace the kit part. Okay. The boats, real quick here, are very simple. Everything is cut away from the bottom once you get it out. And then you'll have a piece that looks like this. So all your supports, again, are basically on the bottom like this. Try not to damage your rail on the back. I went with this version with the cover on. I think it looks cool. It's better than the kit part. I realize that, you know, there's different versions of the boats out there depending on, you know, what you've got. Okay, so the big deal here that I really want to talk about are the depth charge racks. So the two in the middle here are loaded, and these are the unloaded ones. The loaded ones are pretty simple, and in fact, that's where I would start in terms of getting your references right. But let's go ahead and pop out one of the ones in the middle that are not loaded so that we can discuss some of the finer points, shall we? So once you have it loose, here you go. What I want to highlight here, I'm going to need something to point with. These teeny tiny little guys right here, they need to go. and they're printed there to support this beams up above. And throughout this whole little deal, you're going to see those, and they need to go. Now, these sections, they're pretty self-explanatory. Please be careful. The one up front here is horrendously fragile, and you do want to be careful way up front here, right here, this little spot. You don't want to lose this piece, so you want to cut it right down here. Again, we've got several little pieces that need to be cut away. When you're done doing all that, if you're careful, you'll end up with basically this. And I've dropped one of my depth charges in here and shoved it up to the front. This one I snapped off my little piece down there in the bottom and my leading edge. I wasn't being careful. I was like, how reckless can I be cutting this all apart? You can be reckless, but you know your parts will break as a result. So anyway, yeah, you could go ahead and do that. The depth charge, like you can see here, it will fit in there, but you need to be careful. Please do not put clumps of paint on it, or it's definitely not going to fit. But that's what it looks like. If you do the one that's loaded, it's a lot easier to cut everything apart from. Please just be careful over here on the control mechanism side, where we have some little details that we don't want to lose, that will release it and dump it into the water. Moving along quickly here, we have a floater basket set. Now these are printed upside down, and for this task you need your X-Acto knife. I've managed to figure out how to get these contact points very teeny tiny. They're basically at 2 microns, and so if you're careful and use a sharp knife, you'll be able to score and break those little connections right there. There's a lot of compromises in making this piece because this is the size that they were on Fletcher. This is accurate to scale, but let's set it down here. They're small, but I need it to look like a basket still, and so yeah, that's all I'm going to say is I'm happy with it. It is to scale, and it looks the part, right? And there you go. And on the back side, I've placed some flat edges to glue to the sides of the funnels and things, and they will also assist you with just setting it on the deck so that it sits upright the way that you would want, and you can put some stuff inside of it. All right, what else we got here? Okay, so here is the searchlight. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just be careful. Use cutters for under the seat, little control box, the steering pedals. Again, the other steering pedals, the control box, get that out of the way, and the seat. And that's it. I spent way more time on this than I needed to. So many of the details sort of showed up. Like you could see in the back here, right in the middle, there's the nameplate. And I actually modeled the name. If I blew this thing up and did it bigger, you would see the name. But it didn't work out. But we've got the hinges and the little mechanisms, and I did not do the wires because they're so small and they'd be so fragile, and it kind of would clutter up the space. I thought this is just going to be an improvement anyway over the kit part big time. So, you know, the kit part looks like that. It's just whatever. So anyway, that's it. Then we've got the ladders. These are the ones everybody usually struggles with. You can cut those out and put them on instead of the photo etch. The photo etch is fine. This is just, you know, easier and an alternative. And then here are my ladders that I said I printed off just to add. They've got a little stick out here to add to the side of the ship. Especially they're in the back of the aft boathouse. You'll see them molded to the hull. And I was like, well, why didn't they provide photo etch? Why didn't they provide anything there? So here you go, big flat edges to glue it to the ship. I looked at the drawings of what they should look like. So round handles, kind of beam sides, and you can stick that inside of your hull and you'll be squared away. So that's it. I think that's kind of the main points here. Everything else should be pretty self-explanatory. I think these are really good improvements over the kit parts. Again, www.themidwestmodelshop.com. You can go and pick these up plus your other Fletcher parts and hopefully have a good build. I appreciate everybody who's been watching, and we'll see you in the next one.